Hey, I'm Carly, I'm from Evo, and today I'm going to show you how to make a beanie. So first is yarn selection, and yarn selection is probably my favorite part because there are so many different colors and styles. I personally like a chunkier yarn, something that's softer. It's going to give you a bigger stitch. This is an acrylic blend yarn. It's super soft, it's inexpensive, and it calls for a 9mm hook, which is what I have here. But with any yarn you get, make sure you check the packaging because the size hook is really important and the package will tell you exactly what you need. So let's get started. So step one is to take the end of your yarn here and create a slip knot. The easiest way to do that is to just wrap the yarn around your finger and pull it through. You can make it a little tighter by pulling on this loose end here until it fits nicely through your hook. We're going to start the beanie from the top and work our way down. And we're going to start by making a chain 4, which is 4 simple stitches like this. So we have a chain of 4 there, and we're going to connect the chain into a loop by going back through our very first stitch and doing a half double crochet. So you'll see we have 2 loops here on the hook. We're going to wrap the yarn around the hook again, pull it through the first loop, wrap it one more time, and pull it through both. So now you can kind of see in there we have our loop, and we're going to do 10 half double crochets through that loop each time. So I'm going to take my hook, go through the center, grab the yarn, pull it through once, grab the yarn again, pull it through all the way. I'm going to continue to do that 9 more times through the center of the chain. Now you can see here we have basically the top of our beanie and 10 nice stitches all around the outside, this being 1 stitch here. So next I'm going to continue around the circle by putting my hook through this first stitch here. I'm going to do 1 half double crochet, and move to the second stitch. I'm going to do 1 half double crochet, and instead of moving to the third stitch, I'm going to do another half double crochet through that same stitch that I just did. At this point, we're going to start increasing. So what you're going to want to do is do 1 stitches, 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 1 stitch, 2 stitches, 1 stitch. So I just did 2 stitches through this one. So I will now do 2 double crochet. I will now do 1 double crochet through this stitch and 2 through the next stitch. One, 2, do 1, 2, Now I'm back at the beginning again. I'm going to continue doing the 2-stitch, 1-stitch for 6 entire rows around the circle. Okay, at this point I have completed my 6th row around the center of the beanie. You can kind of see now we have the top of the beanie here, and we're going to start building the sides. So to do that, you're basically just going to continue 1 half double stitch, 1 half double crochet per stitch all the way around the beanie until you get your desired length of your beanie. And you'll kind of see once you keep working your way around the circle, you'll start to see the sides of the beanie form. So I've now completed my beanie to the length that I want. If you remember back towards the beginning, we stopped doing our increasing right about here, which was the 2 half double crochets, 1 half double crochet, alternating between stitches. And then going into the single half double crochets for the remainder of the beanie. To have a different length, basically it's all in the number of rows. So if you wanted it to be longer than this, keep doing your stitches. If you want it to be shorter than this, just stop earlier. So now I'll show you how to finish off the beanie. So to finish the beanie off, basically I'm going to have the end of my yarn here, and instead of going through this next stitch, all I'm going to do is grab the yarn and pull it through the hole there, all the way through, tighten it up, and cut off the end. Something I like to do to finish off all my beanies, to give it a little signature, and also to hide this piece of yarn here, is take another piece of yarn, any color, something that goes well, and fold it in half, thread it through this last stitch here below where you tied the beanie off, and I just thread it through a couple times. Pull it tight, and then on the inside of the beanie here, just tie a knot. And cut off the extra. And there you go, a completed beanie.